Hello everybody, how are you guys doing this morning? Noober Gaming, Future Snow, Dundersnuff, EO, what is up everybody? Hope you're all doing really well. Welcome in today. I have a lot I want to get done today. We'll see if I can make it happen. Hold on, we got the I'll put the brown gray up there. The screen going. We're gonna try to finish up these tarantula batteries here, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. You guys might be interested in this. Sir Strawing Fish, welcome in. Just a diluted brown gray wash on these engines. I know they don't need to look clean or super dirty, but I don't want them to look super clean either, so I'm gonna do that. Had a good evening, good night last night. That's good to hear. That's great. Had a fun evening. I got to watch kids soccer game for Killa Cam, the one and only Killa Cam. His boys are playing soccer in the same league as my son, but they play on different nights, so my son and I went to watch their game. That was a lot of fun. So, that was good. You entered a giveaway and won a combat patrol. Oh, dang. What combat patrol did you win? That is solid. Do you know force weapons really? Yes, Night Trap. What's your question about force weapons? I have some ideas. Hope you had a good start to the week. I think I did. Yeah. Yesterday was a little crazy. Painting Son was doing his best to get on my nerves, but it was alright. He gets to go to school today, and I got a quiet morning and a productive morning. So we're all good. Excuse me. Any combat patrol? What are you going to choose? Man, that's solid. Can a power / lightning claw be a force weapon? No, force weapons are a specific unit entry. There's force swords, force axes, force... Are there force mauls? I don't know if there's a force maul. There's a force stave. And then there's one more force weapon. I can't remember what it is. It's not a lance, though. But yeah, there's specific force weapons. Force weapons are not power weapons in 3rd edition. They're different things. Choose the one I can find near me. Oh, cool. Alright, Death Guard's what you're looking for. Very nice. Very nice. Oh, you choose one I can't find. Okay, you can't choose one you can't find near you. Gotcha. Take this brown wash. I just wanted to get a little bit of extra kind of interesting color on this here. So that's what we're doing. Your city has none. Oh, that's too bad. What's up, Zen? How you doing? Okay, since left ambiguous, I think you think a claw could be used. Oh, and 40k. Oh, okay. Oh, 40k. I don't know about force weapons. I mean, force weapons are usually just part of a unit's entry, right? Isn't that just kind of how they work in 40k? If they are, like, you're fielding a librarian, if he has a lightning claw, but he looks like a librarian, just tell people this is my librarian, this is his force weapon. So a force weapon is just a force weapon. I don't think there's any issues with that. So if you guys aren't aware, I did post a YouTube video this morning. It's officially up and you can watch it, for 30K fans, but it is basically a general overview of Thousand Sons and Horus Heresy 3.0. I watch a lot of like Horus Heresy content on YouTube and have yet to see a content creator really talk about Thousand Sons in depth, so I figured I would kind of take that over. And this was like it's very much like I spent, just like 2 evenings, and I made like a presentation and is literally Google Slides. I'll admit it, that's fine. And it's just me narrating over it, so just talking over the Google Slides. I've gotten some feedback on it already, so I hope to improve it, but if you have suggestions and everything, it's about a half an hour listen, and it's a very kind of basic overview at this point, with plans to go in a lot more detail as the series continues. But it's an excuse for me to basically kind of vent and get my thoughts out, I guess in a more productive manner, and kind of like fill a void that I've found. So that's the plan. I do have maybe 20 to 30 videos thought out of like what I can do, and it was pretty great, Zen. I thought about like the editing side of it, and I ended up yesterday morning, I recorded the video. It was about half an hour to record, and then I put it in DaVinci Resolve, and then I had it edited and like rendered within another like 15 minutes. So it was like really easy to do. So for me, it's kind of like I don't want to say low effort, but I don't want to spend. I'm not looking to spend my week, or entire day or all my evenings or whatever editing a YouTube video where I'm just talking over a screen. So yeah, I posted up in a Thousand Sons Heresy Discord channel and got some suggestions already, so hoping to incorporate that. It was informative. Thank you. It's very much an informative thing. Yeah, this is not like it's not like a clickbait entertainment thing. It's just very much like how to play. Here's some tips and stuff like that. Yes, this is a tarantula battery. That's what I'm painting. So we're just adding a bit of extra wash. This is brown gray wash by Pro Acryl. Is it easier using CapCut? I don't know. I was recommended DaVinci Resolve at one time, and that's what I somewhat learned how to use. And overall, I really don't like to edit videos anyway, so that's about as far as I got. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was seriously like Saturday night. I was like, you know what? No one's talking about this. I want to talk about Thousand Sons, and I want to stop boring everybody in my stream about it, because there's like 2 people I've met through this stream that actually play that faction. But I want to talk about it. It's not like I'm talking about with my wife and kid. I don't have like coworkers. You guys are essentially my coworkers at this point that I talk to every day. So I was like, I'm just gonna find a space where I can just get my thoughts out, and that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, washes make metallics look better. Yeah, I agree. I do agree. There's a lot of good stuff you can do with them. All right, cool, nice gritty. The thing about my color scheme with these, been busy today. Yeah, that is okay, Eo. That is okay. I just had, like I understand it's not it's not for everybody. It's a niche within like another niche. It's very specific. But I hope that yeah, I hope that, like if you guys do listen to it, that you have some I guess tips or suggestions or some feedback for me. Just really appreciate it. gonna leave work early. Fever broke yesterday. You feel like crud. Yeah, yeah. You just gotta take it easy, Dunder Snuff. Your body needs to recover now at this point. Okay. Next thing we're doing, I'm gonna get some steel. Can play Thousand Suns. I love hearing about different factions and their stats. Yeah, I'm gonna get into the weeds with this Legion. So, like I said, I have between 20 and 30 videos thought up. And these videos fairly easy to make. But all of those videos are specifically like Thousand Suns. Or like Thousand Suns adjacent. So like, how psychic powers work is like one I want to make. Or like, rules that you might see. I do want to do like a common mistakes with the core rules. I want to make a video about that because I feel like there's a lot of that, especially with people that played older editions and aren't so willing to like open up the rulebook and just reads it. Zen, that's exactly what's happening, except for the profit part. But yeah, that is literally what I'm doing. I just want to talk to somebody. I have very, very few people to talk to about this stuff, and nobody like on a regular basis. I'm not even going to care about it. We're just going to cover it up. How do I feel about how Space Marine 2 represented them? The Thousand Suns, like the 40k Thousand Suns, I think they did an awesome job. I'm kind of jealous you can't play as Thousand Suns in that game, honestly, because that is probably the coolest depiction of Thousand Suns in like video games that I've seen. So I'm all about it. I think it's awesome. I'm sad that they have rubrics with 2 Kopeshes that are melee units, and you can't get that in the tabletop in 40k. That's a little disappointing, but maybe hope for the future. So it wasn't until I started doing this batch of Legionnaires I realized how long the trim takes. Yeah, the Mark II trim takes a lot. It does. Busy but productive. Tomorrow I need to put my scribbles into a rulebook for colleges to follow. Holy cow. Into a run book. Okay, into a run book. Is that like a coding thing? Not a rule book. You're not making rule books for college students, I imagine. That's cool though. Eoraptor, expert in his field. A channel for Middle Earth content for the same reason. I can't talk about it with coerce. Are you surströmming fish in your videos, or is it under a different name? Because I subscribe to a lot of like random small YouTubers with Heresy and Middle Earth stuff. I wonder if you're one I'm subscribed to, unlike my personal account. Yeah, there was a local guy that made a Heresy channel, and I saw what he did, and his video was like, it was like an hour and something. But I listened to it and I was like, you know what, like, I was like, this actually seems like fairly straightforward making these videos and talking about it. I was like, I bet I could do this. I bet it wouldn't be too bad. So I figured I'd just give it the old college try, you know. Hey, Butterscorch, welcome in. Long Delays Hobby. Okay, I don't think I'm familiar with that one. I'll have to check it out. I do like listening in on Middle Earth stuff. All right. Yeah, those rocket engines look really good. I think those are good. They look good. They look gritty enough. I think they hit all the desired things I want them to get to. So prepping instructions for production patching while I enjoy vacation. Yeah, see ya, suckers. Eoraptor, September 30th, 2025. Okay. We have these little, I don't know, targeting reticules, whatever you call them. I think these, let's start with the green on this one. Green on the other one. 40k Death Guard bits off eBay for more corrupted Praetor. That's super cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see what you do, Butterscorch, because your conversion, your green stuff work is great. So rockets look great. Thank you. We'll get these. Oh, there's a couple little buttons on the back too. Hold on, I gotta grab these minis. Let's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'll need some like just green and red paint there. Cool. Meantime, let's just get around to those rocket batteries. Yeah, they're really cool. They're cool. I don't know if they're necessarily great. I think there's uses for them. I love and don't love both of them. I'm not gonna really do much OSL. No, I'm just gonna kind of work in the cameras with a little bit of clear paint. The two missile options, there's one that the multiple missiles are, they're anti-aircraft, so they're Skyfire, which is really good. They can do the intercept reaction, and they're 2 damage, or like strength 7 AP 3. They're pretty solid as a weapon. The other ones are a limited 1 shot, so you can only fire the battery once. They're a large blast. They do decent. They're like really decent damage. I think the thing that adds value for the limited 1 is that you're most likely only going to fire these 1 time. So if you're only going to fire them once, then having limited 1 is not a disadvantage. However, your opponent probably knows you can only fire them once, so then you're kind of at the point where you're like, well, you know, he's only going to fire him once, so I don't have to shoot at him. But if they're blocking something important like an objective, they have to shoot at it, even though it's already shot its weapons and it's a worthless piece at that point. Predator's gonna have a big incense flail. Yeah, Nurgle for the win. What's going on, Culture American? How you doing, man? Gluing the pistols already? I'm excited, man. I'm really excited. Okay, I'll get a smaller brush and do this. We're gonna do a little bit of green, and a little bit of red on these buttons on the back here. So today's the last day of September. Some questions for you guys. Have you guys been enjoying me streaming 5 days a week? Or actually 6 days a week, but have you guys been, has that been something that you guys have been jiving with? I'm still feeling pretty good at this point. I want to look at the top. Still feeling pretty good streaming it's 6 days a week, Sunday nights and then every weekday. I don't mind continuing that for the time being, or at least as long as I can. The other thing is, yeah, as long as I don't burn myself, yeah, I don't want to burn out, yeah. I think. Yeah, I might burn out fast. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. Doing 3-hour streams a day has been really manageable. One of my big issues when I did this, the last time I did a like 5-day or like every weekday stream was that I didn't have time to do like other stuff. So, you know, like if I wanted to go get my hair cut, I couldn't do it. I had to do it on the weekend or whatever. Or if I wanted to like go to the post office, I had to like rush after the stream and do all these things just to go to the post office to, you know, ship out or pick up something that someone sent me. But the 3-hour stream starting at 11 a.m., doing all that has been surprisingly manageable. The one big downside that I have seen or noticed or whatever, the one big downside is that like I used to hang out with Zen on Fridays, and it was just we just chill and chat or play a game or something, and we haven't done that. He's stuck having to come in to stream. Only I had a setup to stream games, like that would be legit. As long as the weekly chat in the morning is still on, that's fair, yo. That's fair, yeah. Patreon chat still happening. I do really enjoy that time. I have never not looked forward to the Patreon chats. So. Little buttons, we'll let those dry. I'm gonna get some of this Talisar blue. You don't mind? Okay, all right. I mean, as long as you don't mind. But we do have to play some. We have to play some Heresy or something soon. That's how I am when I listen in on streams. It's just really disconnect on me. Okay, it reconnected already. What are you doing? What are you doing? We got nothing. Refresh. Refresh, guys. It's Ravenbeard's fault. Get back to making the Thalax. Very cool. Very cool. You have your tarantula come in the mail? Jim Jones. Welcome in, dude. That's awesome. I want more of these. These minis are really cool. And I get to paint them. I painted them just the generic like GW color scheme. Because, you know, the opinion that like they don't need to be painted in the Legion colors because they're just like this very expendable kind of worthless resource that, you know, just serve a small purpose, and then that's it. They just kind of throw them away at the end of the day or whatever. And I like that idea. And so if, you know, my Solar Auxilia, I can run these, or if someone ever wanted to use them in a game that we were playing, they could use them against me, or my son wanted to use them with his salamanders that he will eventually have. He's claiming he's going to have all of them in the world, but he doesn't paint his minis. You know, be stuff like that. You can use them, and it all kind of makes sense. Misfit, good morning. Okay, getting a little bit of interest on there. We'll get some highlights going in a minute. I'm going to do that clear red. The cool clear red on there. That silver never really got highlighted, so it's a little darker, but as long as there's sabotage rules when it's used against you. Yeah, I push a kill switch or whatever. Mark IIs are assembled. Dude, pictures. We need pics. I need Night Lord's pics. Telling you, Slaanesh won crab claws or tentacles. That's and you basically just get Slaanesh there, or like a snake body. You know, all of those work. There's someone in my local group, Evelios, in chat. He is making an Emperor's Children 40k army, and he's using the Daughters of Cain like snake bodies as bodies for his Terminators, or for one of his units. He's doing that, which is pretty wild. Okay. What else are we doing? We're going to highlight a bit. Okay, so I'm going to get this bright yellow green. We'll get this orange red. Yeah, I think that's, you know what? No, let's do some straight up bright orange here. Just some orange. It's actually called Agent Orange. What's the name of the color? You don't have crab claws? That's too bad. Sculpt them, man. No, I don't know. You gotta, yeah, something like that. Or like extra long legs, like elongate the legs. Yeah, Slaanesh is surf or turf, yeah. Surf or turf. Find a way to make it like look really like fast. Live, right? Okay. Green button.
Look at me!
Where am I looking? In whips? Alright, sweet. Hey, JJ, what's up? What is going on? Guys, after these tarantulas are done, we're just about done with them. I'll have to do some varnish work on them and everything, but that'll be off stream. That's airbrush work off stream. But we're gonna assemble a mini real quick, or two. I might assemble two of them, and then we're gonna get back to painting, and we're gonna paint some terrain. So the full terror squad. Oh yeah, those are cool. Those are so cool. You got the Night Lord shoulders. It's perfect. You got the pistols. Oh, it's so cool looking, man. Nice. Terror squads are so good. They're yeah. Okay, let's do our red. Revolt, there's 3 flamers, 2 chain glaives, 1 chainsword, and a sergeant with a lightning claw. Too bad you can't give them paired lightning claws. That might be too good. Highlight on the buttons. All right, highlights on there. We got, I think these are about done, and then it's just these missiles just get magnetized into them. So they'll go in something like that. You know, we'll do an example real quick. Just to get an idea. You will be gentle because they're not not varnished yet. And if there is something that needs corrected, can correct it. So those should fit in a little more. So the paint is messed with the tops of those. So that's something to keep in mind. That one fits in a little better. But essentially, this is the Tarantula battery, which is pretty great looking. Those missiles are so cool looking. Yeah. So the top where the magnets are a little obvious. So we can, yeah, I'll clean out around there, like on the inside, and I think just a little bit of silver in some of this. Yeah, just go home and learn. Mr. Snuff left a candle burning. Oh no, yeah, you can't do that. Can't mess around with candles like that. All right, that's pretty legit. These are super cool. All right, well, we will. Yeah, be varnishing these on their own time. And I totally want to bring these. I'm going to bring these and the Arachne turret. Painting someone was telling me I should do that yesterday, so I think I'm going to do that. Game. Alright, let's put these back on here. Get the quick varnish when it's time. So we're going to set all of these back in the container. So there might be a little silver, a little bit of touch-up that needs to be done when these come off of the off their little alligator clips. But we're gonna assemble some minis next. Got the box missiles here, and some of the glossiness will go away when the varnish is on them. It was just a product of the thinned down wash. Okay, tub. These over there, and we'll set those guys off to the side. And then I have some minis here, and I'll be back in just a second. Let me grab some stuff. Alright, we're back. What's up, Blue? How you doing? Did it cut out again? Let's see. A little bit of rendering lag. Hold on. We'll see. It's going pretty well. Yeah. My stream maybe wanting to do some funky things, so not sure what that's about. Alright, we gotta get some pieces separated here. That one looks like its own thing. Alright, let's see. The stream cut out for a moment again? Okay. Alright, well. Always, man. Let's see, it's done that twice a little bit now. It hasn't been enough to where it looks like Twitch has freaked out and cut the stream and restarted it, so hopefully it doesn't. It's not like a serious problem today. All right, we're gonna clip some pieces. Can anybody guess what this mini is for? Or where it's from? It is a Games Workshop mini. I will say that. These plastic sprues out here. So we are doing something a little different. This mini, good guess everybody. This mini is from Curse City, and somebody brought up the Curse City box, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I have a bunch of Curse City minis. I bought this set when it first came out, and never really did anything with it. I did very little with it. But I have a lot of these characters left that I never touched. I started clipping them off the sprue and never did anything with them. So I figured that we can use this. I mean, the minis look like fun to paint. All the characters and stuff are really cool. So I'm going to paint this mini, and this is going to be our giveaway mini this month. What we're gonna do. It's not fine cast, it's plastic. It's just a slightly different shade of plastic, because Curse City was made as a board game. So I don't know, they made the characters this light colored plastic, and then all of the like enemy pieces were just normal GW gray plastic. So I don't know why they did that. Probably because if people don't paint the game, it gives them a way to tell the minis apart. Is my idea. Solitaire, welcome in. Yeah, that should fit right in there. So let's get a little bit of glue. Then I have two minis to assemble here, so we're gonna assemble both of them. Both have different purposes. Show you guys. We get there. It's cheap Chinese plastic. That's probably why. Yeah, since it's not like a miniatures game, they are not part of like their regular miniature line. Yeah, they print it in China. So, I mean, the plastic is fine. I don't have any issues with it. All right, and we need 11 and 13. 11 and 13. And we'll spend a little bit, we'll assemble these minis, and then we're going to paint some terrain. So, it should be a good time. Okay. 11 and 13. Hey, Frankie Fingers, what's going on? So my goal, this is Cleona Zeitingale is her name, this character. My goal is to assemble this mini and have it primed, and then I think by Friday we do our giveaway stream. So we do our painting giveaway. And what we do is we take one stream, try to paint the entire mini in one stream, and we do a giveaway at the end of stream, and then whoever wins that, I'll send this mini to you completely free of charge. with the understanding that if you live out of the United States, it might be a little difficult at the moment to get miniatures out and ship things without exorbitant cost, but so it might just require some patience there. Has anyone actually played Cursed City? Is it any good? I have no idea. I've never played Cursed City. There was someone in stream the other day. It was Aslan Grants, I think, was saying he really likes it. How does one win the giveaway? Well, you win the giveaway by just showing up to stream and leaving a comment just saying hi, or telling me how bad Space Wolves smell or something like that, and I'll write your name down, and that's it. It's completely free. You get a second entry if you want. You get a second. You can double your odds of winning by being any paid level member of the Patreon. Just $1 a month gets you an extra entry into the giveaway. So, as well as a lot of other goodies like Patreon Hangout, that's super fun. We got a Patreon only Discord channel. We got early videos. You get to find out what's going on. Twitch sub doesn't get you anything. No, Twitch sub doesn't get you extra. Harder if a Canadian wins since our post office is on strike. Is that what's going on in Canada? The post office is on strike? That might explain some certain things. Kind of 30k tradery. It is a little bit, isn't it? It is. This arm gotta come up really strange. Because her head's in the way. Huh. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah. Happens. I know it's frustrating for everybody else, but I'm sure it's even more frustrating for the union and the union members, because if it's anything like the US Post Office, the people that work there tend to be pretty serious about their job. Like they understand how important their job is. They understand that if they're not working, people are going to be upset. They understand that it's a necessary job that they do, and going on strike is a very serious thing. And so they have that power to leverage, which is good, but I'm sure it's not something they take lightly. Just like that. Can sneak a little. They still haven't settled. Yeah, well. Okay. One more piece, and then we put her on the base. Still delivers government checks during strike, so that's nice of them. That reminds me of, was it in Japan? The bus drivers went on strike, but instead of deciding not to drive the buses, they ended up driving the buses but not charging people fare. That's what they did. which is pretty wild that they were even able to do that, but... Okay. Cool back piece here. The dress is very large. There we go. All right, fits together pretty well. Give this nice lady the afternoon to dry. There we go, on her base. So, we're going to paint this mini, and we're going to give this away. We're going to try to paint it in one day. It's a lot of cloth to highlight in a couple hours, but we're going to do that. We're going to try to paint her in a single day, and then send her out. The other mini I'm going to assemble here for a completely different purpose. 1, 2, and 3 is what we need first. Okay. Dude's only 5 parts, which is nice. But his name is Octrin Glimscry. Pretty sure GW just puts the names in a name generator. One, 2, and 3. And this mini I saw, I don't remember this mini from the last time I looked in here, but I saw this mini. This dude looks like an old man necromancer through and through. He's got books, he's got a big old staff, and he's got a very long and sharp beard, which is a little strange, but I think this guy might work as a necromancer for my vampire counts. So we're gonna assemble him, and then maybe we'll paint him sometime soon. I was on the lookout for good necromancer minis. Smash nerd words together. Yeah, that's literally GW's naming convention. Main part of the show will be in a little bit, guys. The terrain. Okay. Got these 3 pieces. So this wants us to start with 3. And a piece with the sword. That punches into here. Like so. And then this piece goes into there. Okay. The one thing I don't care about this mini is this guy's beard. I'll show it to you guys after it's assembled because it just looks ridiculous. But alright, A4 here. Second part of the interview went really well. Just physical and ride-alongs. Nice, alright. Congrats, Caboose. Mix his beer with some green stuff. I might I might. I'm going to put his head on and I'll show you guys. I might just shorten his beard a lot. Okay. Get that on just like that. Okay. Oh, some green stuff to fill in this cloak as well. Big seam lines going through there. But looking good so far. He's just got a bunch of books. You know, this man just wants to read. It's a good 40k or 30k Thousand Suns. Now look at this. Look at this beard. You guys see his head? His head is right here, and this is his beard. Just a little ridiculous. What character is this? This is Octring Glimskry, character from Cursed City. He's the more like... he's probably like a death wizard or something, is what I would guess, based on his vibe. It's a cool beard. It's ridiculous, but cool. Alright. Yeah, this dude is a huge nerd. Yeah. Carry on multiple giant hardcover books with him into battle. Is the ultimate nerd move. I don't even know, like, what would be the appropriate length to cut his beard down into? I have no idea. So, see how this goes on. These minions are made to be push fit. Doesn't go in like that. Okay, I see. I see. What is Cursed City? Cursed City was a board game that Games Workshop released back in 2021. Yeah, I believe it was 2021. And it was basically you were a group of adventurers and you were traveling through like a city full of the undead. And it was so popular it sold out instantly. And GW made a second run of the game. A couple years later it was, because they're like, well, we're not making another version of it, so too bad. And then scalpers like went crazy with it, just all this stuff. So they eventually did a second run of it a couple years later, and then yeah, now the models are usable in Age of Sigmar, I think, and yeah, there's still some of them are still playable in Age of Sigmar. So that's kind of one of the big appeals with it, is that if you want to use these specific models. But it's a lot of cool, like all the enemies, there's like zombies that are enemies, and the zombies, you get like a squad of zombies or like a unit of zombies, but then there's also like a zombie hero, like a villain character that comes around with the zombies that show up. And there's skeletons, the same thing. There's like ghouls that are the same thing. And yeah, so might reinforce that with more glue here, but we're gonna glue him to his base. We're gonna see. I might keep the beard. Oh, that's not gonna help me. Good contact here. Okay, we're going to set him to the side. So we assembled this mini. This is Cleona Zeitingale. That's this one. This one we're going to paint. We're going to give it away. So you guys are interested in a giveaway. It's a free giveaway on probably Friday. Will probably be the time. I don't know, maybe Thursday. We'll see. So we got going on. But that's the plan. But those are 2 minis assembled that seemed interesting. And I'm not doing anything with these sets, so I figured it'd be fun to give away. Yeah, Curse City is basically a byword for scalpers, yeah. Okay, you guys ready? Ready for some terrain here? Let's clean some of this off. All right. I have stuff here. This is a terrain piece that Zendral printed for me. They printed in black. This one's a little shaky. It's all right. It's all right. The supports were a little weird on the inside, super thin on the inside. But I spray primed these and I sprayed them with a texture paint. So it's staying on there all right. It might need more varnish, I think, when I'm done with this. But you guys hear it? Can you hear it? Yeah, the baby rattle terrain. What it is. It is a giant ruined pyramid, and this is one of the upper corners on the pyramid. There are also lower pieces here. This is one of the 6 lower pieces. It's just giant piece, and this piece, I believe, will sit somewhere. This one doesn't sit on that part, but there are other pieces. It's this one, right? Yeah, this piece sits up there. So you see how the ruins, they start fitting together. But this is a piece. Now this one, I made a mistake. I was doing a light highlight and I kind of accidentally flipped the white, and it put some spotting on there, but that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start painting this with the hand paints. So I want to do some nice decorations on here. I'm going to do some washes, and importantly, there's a lot of ruined chunks out of this building, and these ruined chunks I want to discolor. I want to make sure they're not like the nice polished quartz or marble or whatever this would be, but where the chunks are taken out, we have different shades going. But that said, I'm going to put some paints up. And then I'm going to get some paints out, and we are going to follow my typical Thousand Suns kind of basing scheme. We're going to paint this. Now, Zen just printed me more of this terrain, so I'm really excited. He got me another, it's like a corner piece, basically, that he printed for me. So that's going to be next. I'm going to try to paint these. I'm going to paint this big piece, and then we'll kind of see where we are with the other pieces, and then if I paint them all at once, I'll paint them all at once, like if they're all there. But we're going to get all these stairs with this blue. Just like this. And that's going to put so much like interest into this. It's gonna be great. Yeah. Normally when I paint terrain, it's like super quick. And this so far has been very quick. It was Sunday. I spent about maybe 15-20 minutes in total with spray cans. And then just let it dry outside for a few hours before bringing it inside. These are 3D prints. These are 3D prints from a creator called Saccharis Mundus. And he's on My Mini Factory. I think they also have a Patreon. But they make a ton of different, like, 40k Warhammer adjacent terrain. I'd say 40k, 30k, Old World and Age of Sigmar style terrain. This is, yeah, it's like a sandstone texture. I can grab it real quick, but there were like heavy texture and there was like a light texture paint, and this was like the light texture. So it's literally just grit added into the paint. Flames of Crotone terrain, yes, yep. And he has Flames of Crotone, which is like the ruined portion, and then he's got just like, it's like Crotone, Planet of Sorcerers or something that is all the buildings intact. So you can get this pyramid like completely intact. And I decided for the ruins, I might go for the regular city pieces as well to add a bunch of variety, because there's not a lot of people out there making straight up like Prospero terrain. Have to be careful where the detail is a little light. What else are you adding that color to? I'm not sure yet. I think some of this design, I think we'll get some of that blue. Right now, I'm just trying to focus on like one thing at a time. So I'm going to do all these little stair designs. All these pieces here. I need to figure out something for the like the columns and the it's like some different designs in the terrain. And I'm gonna be messing around with some washes as well. So I really want to get some washes down and change the tone of everything and try to bring out some of the whites and all that. No category? I ought to cut my category out. Saying, can you put me back in category? Alright, thank you. I put myself in the category. It must have been when the stream cut out, it cut me out. Sorry if you guys got an ad. Price we pay. These are acting a little hydrophobic. Yeah, they are. That's too bad. Okay, we'll do 2 coats. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yep. Appreciate you letting me know, Cody. Cody probably got an ad too. It's like, why did I say something? Wires left in the turn you started. Sweet. Your print bed is 10 inches cubed. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good to know. I have the idea now. There's another piece that mirrors this for the most part, the stairs here. And we'll get those stairs, and then We'll figure out what else we want to do with this blue. I have a good amount of blue on my palettes, so we can keep going. I want to do a second coat, but I might the first coat on the other stairs first, and then come back with the second coat. One of the things I don't want to do is overdo it with these other colors. I want to make sure the white kind of stone look is definitely the dominant color on these pieces of terrain. Okay. Simple start. And legs for Zinch Thalax now. Nice, nice. With the long L corners, almost corner to corner diagonally. Oh wow, okay, so that's a big piece. Dang. Okay. Put you up for the moment. We'll get out the other one. Actually, I have this piece. This is the middle piece that goes in between those two, so the stairs come up to this platform, but we have these stairs right here that we can paint. It's rubbing off a little bit. Yeah, a lot of varnish when I'm done with this. We'll coat this thing because I want it to be used and usable without worrying about possible breakdown. Rubble from the clean and adding a wash will really set that. Yeah, I'm excited to do that. All these little scratch marks and the piles of rubble. I'm gonna make a wash with some brown and sepia ink. I'm gonna apply it over that and just try to do that. I don't know. Maybe I paint those with like a sandstone color first, like khaki or something. And start putting washes, because if I like that wash, I might keep it in the recesses of some of these other, like the rest of the building. Okay. Coat on there. Yeah, and there's like these little those. I'll get the tweezers and pick out some of these little fibers, but these like pillars are a thing I need to work on, so that whole thing. Ink, yeah, I got some inks. I'll thin down some inks and make a wash out of them. Okay, the other stairway, other entrance. Nothing like the smell of spray paint. Dried spray paint to keep company. Big star on the ruined back piece would look cool in blue. Yeah, I might. I plan on doing some blue on that one. I don't want to make the whole thing blue. I might also be using some gold on it. Yeah, second coat. Definitely be necessary here. Get this terrain painted, Zen, then we have to figure out how to live stream a game. Playing on this terrain. I don't know what paint it is, but one of these coats here is, it really doesn't like being covered up. All something I'm learn here. Hey Zen, I have a question for you. Do you know how to add channel or chapters to a YouTube video? Do you do it within YouTube? I was trying to find it the other day. I didn't look super long, but I was trying to find them. I couldn't figure it out. No idea. Yeah. Not while editing. Okay. Yeah, it'll be somewhere in YouTube. Is that was my guess. I don't know. Couldn't find it. So right, butterscorch. Yeah, that was my thought. I when I uploaded that video yesterday, I looked for like 10 minutes or so and couldn't find it, and at that point I had other things to do, so I couldn't continue, but it was already a suggestion that I got, so I would like to do that if I can. All right, we got these stairs, and obviously you can see how the color is pulling away. Like that one's really bad right there. We're gonna have to come back and do a second coat, but in the meantime, look at that. Look how much that paint doesn't want to stick here. Get some other. We'll get some other pieces here in blue. It was like painting my Thousand Suns before I put a matte varnish over them. I think we'll do these three green, or green gold. What we'll do. Dry out just a little bit. Yeah, it's just like hydrophobic, and I don't know if it was like the little bit of like matte varnish I put on, which I wouldn't imagine it would be, but it could be the matte varnish. It could be there's not enough matte varnish, and it's just this texture paint that's really messing with stuff. One or the other there. Oh, that's not wanting to stick at all. Okay, we'll try a second coat on that. That's really not wanting to stay around though. Let's get this other one. Do the same thing here. I think all we're able to do really is come back for a second coat on it. Try to get it to stick. Okay, I don't think there's anything else blue. The only other thing I would put blue on here would be something in these, but I actually think gold right there would be nice just over the white. Those little parts right there. So let's go through some of these other pieces. I got that. We got this big side piece here. Yeah, and that we might just do gold right there. I'm not sure about this big platform yet. Back to that. So the other thing to make gold, or to make blue, would be this big star symbol in here. But then that's a thing that I'm not sure if I want to make all that blue at this point. Do I keep it? I figured these little things will be gold. So then what if we did blue on the outline here? Kind of kept it at like a reduced amount. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. We'll have some blue, but not too much blue. That's just pulling right away from the surface there. Like the bricks on the ground. Do some brickwork up blue. Yeah, I don't think I necessarily want to start doing like individual bricks blue. Even though they're pretty big, there's not like a lot of them, but So I want to keep the blue very sparse overall. Because all the artwork we have of Prospero, the pyramids are white. They are like marble pyramids. So I want to keep that feel. I don't want like blue and white pyramids. And I feel like painting individual bricks will start looking like that. Match your bases. It would, yeah, that's true. It would match my bases. Well, I did find a cool free STL Zen. It's like resin print though. It's not like a filament print, but it is a courtyard piece. So like a really nice courtyard, like a fountain, and there's like gardens and stuff that you can put. It's like modular and everything. I might eventually make myself a cool little courtyard. And then if I do, the tile work on the floor for that, or on the ground, will definitely be alternating blue and ivory, like my Thousand Suns bases. So I thought a nice open courtyard with like little places where troops kind of hide behind. I think that would be like a really nice and appropriate touch. Like it's not just a big building sitting in the middle of something, and so it's something different. Yes, Butterscorch. This is Prospero terrain. Zendral printed these for me, or this is one big piece that I have. He just passed on the second one this morning. That I'll get out and spray eventually. I'm gonna wait till I have like a more of a collection, or until this thing's done and painted. Hey, Tuvon, what's going on? How are you doing? Start on that second coat here. So I'm done with this pattern. I am painting some Prospero themed terrain. These are called the Flames of Crotone by Sacris Mundus, and Zendral printed these for me. So I'm painting this. This is a giant pyramid, basically. Giant kind of temple piece that's in ruins. Or maybe in the process of it being ruined. We're going to go through and do a second coat. It's kind of chipped out right here, right there. So I'm keeping that not blue, essentially. All right, let's put this down. Let's get back to our first piece. Just gonna go through with the second coat. The paint is being relatively like hydrophobic. Something about the paint that's on the surface. I'm not sure which paint that's on the surface that's being hydrophobic, but my paint isn't sticking to it as well as I would like, so we're just gonna do a second coat and hope that helps a lot. But I think I'll stop at a second coat, because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, this train's it's messed up and in ruins, and it's going to be covered in, you know, powders and rubble and everything. So I think if some of the nice blue stone is chipped or weathered, that's probably not a terrible idea. Yeah, I mean, So I don't think the material itself is porous. I also don't think it's not the paint like going into like in between the structure, because it's very much like the paint is separating and beading on the surface. If you've ever painted like a glossy surface on something, or you've painted over like Games Workshop lead belcher spray paint, you'll have an idea of like how this paint is behaving. You can see how it's like beading up right there. That was like a solid coat. But yeah, that's all. It's not the end of the world. Paint's not too thin, no. 8 thin coats, yeah. No, I use this, this is used on the basing of my Thousand Suns minis, and it is always a 1-coat cover. As is, straight out of the pot and put on a wet palette. Okay, it's still beating up a little bit after the second coat, but again, I'm gonna be content with that. These bigger areas where I'm painting, though, we can't be quite as content. Yeah, it's pulling a bit, yeah. I think just the surface that I'm being painted on is being a ninny. Wanting to be hydrophobic. Yeah, I did cover it with a matte varnish. So it was a very thin coat of a matte varnish, which at this point I'm not sure if it's the matte varnish that's the issue that I was using, or if it wasn't enough matte varnish and I'm painting directly on this texture paint. It's maybe not so good. So okay, that's better. It's better on there. Let's get these. We got these other 3 more pieces to get a second coat on. And then I think we make a wash. And I think the wash we make is to start putting paint into all these ruins. You know, maybe it's better if I grab some tweezers and some of these threads out of everything first. Is I eating cereal? The smallest teaspoon I've ever seen. Weird. Eating cereal with that? Like a baby spoon? Is that what it is? This is the terrain that Zen printed, yeah. Yeah. I have pictures of the fully assembled model in the Whips channel. I have it all put together with like primed and base coated and everything. If you guys are curious to see that, it's in the Discord. It looks awesome. And if you want to see a picture with miniatures on it, check out the 3D printing channel. We were when he came over Friday, he brought it, and we were testing out just like how miniatures interact on the terrain. So I have some pictures of some Thousand Suns on there. Fantastic, thank you. Yeah, thanks to Zen too for printing this. This is awesome. Hey, Wandering Picked. What's going on? It's not that tiny. Okay, alright, Sarah Elizabeth, sure. Eating with like a miniature doll spoon or something. I'm not judging though. If that's how you like to eat your cereal. That's your prerogative. You're in bed ill. Oh, that sucks, Wandering Picked. Hopefully it doesn't last. Size doesn't matter, it's how you use it. That's true. It's a cereal spoon. It's specifically a cereal spoon. But last week you couldn't avoid it, yeah. That's too bad. Down closer to the wall here in a second. Okay, let's get these upper stairs. Too far. Oh man. Just solid piece here.
Look at me!
There we go. Thank you, small spoons. Let you have more bites and they don't scrape your teeth. Okay, alright. Yes, I'm not any good at rowing also, so. Sweet. Alright, alright. Helldrake and Whips. Oh, that looks so good. Man, your gold's looking really good. Yeah, and the more you get done on this mini, Wandering Picked, the better the like the starscape on the background is gonna look, like on the panels. It's just gonna keep looking amazing. Yeah, that's fantastic looking. Oh, and Tuvon, is that you sharing your Necrons? Very nice stuff. Very nice. You're afraid the gold might detract from it? No, no, no. I think it like highlights it better. I think it just, yeah. It's so much more impressive when you like you made this awesome starscape and then it's like the backdrop to the mini. Okay, and then okay. I want to do at this point. It's like space camouflage. Yeah, there you go. Space camouflage. I'm gonna get some tweezers. Get my nice precision tweezers here. See if I can't go through and do this. Yeah, great stuff, Tuvon. Good stuff. Wandering picked. Fantastic minis. Get some of these little like fibers out of here. Okay. That's good for you. Those pieces are good. This is probably one that, oh no, maybe it doesn't need a lot. Okay. There's some. So I started playing a game called Heroes Hour. I don't know if you guys have played Heroes Hour, but it is it's an equivalent to like Heroes of Might and Magic. It's like an updated kind of version of it. The big difference is, so if you've seen me play Heroes of Might and Magic, you're familiar with the game. Heroes of Might and Magic has turn-based like map where you build up your army and you upgrade your hero and you earn resources, and it's, you know, goes every turn is a day. And then when you go into the battle, it's a turn-based battle, is how Heroes of Might and Magic works. Heroes Hour is essentially like it plays essentially like Heroes of Might and Magic on the campaign map. So you get your heroes, you pick your faction. There are a lot of identical factions to Heroes of Might and Magic, and then you build up your armies and you play battles. But then the battles are like a somewhat auto battler. They're very quick. The battles are like 30 seconds or less most of the time, but all your units show up on screen. So if you have like 100 skeletons, they all show up on screen as 100 skeletons. Your hero is also on screen, like shows up in the battles, and he can actually like cast spells and do things in the battle. And when you go to cast a spell, it actually pauses the game, like the battle for you, so you don't have to like micro really heavy. And you can like generally direct your troops, but they're essentially, you can tell your troops to attack or defend. So either they stand still or they run forward. But then you can kind of like guide groups of soldiers around in a way. But otherwise, it's like a Heroes of Might and Magic game. It was a lot of fun. I played some last night. I'll probably play it more. either tonight or sometime this week, play a bigger map. I played against just one opponent, and yeah, it was fun. So I get to play as my Necromancy Undead, which is great. And it's on sale on Steam for $7. So that's the thing. It's a big game. There's more than a dozen factions in the game that are all like really unique with the stuff they do. My understanding though is there's no versus multiplayer. There's just co-op. I could be wrong about that. There's not really like, you know, multiplayer scene when there's no actual multiplayer. That's fine. This is a small indie game. This second coat here is working really well. Just get out the gold first. Okay. Blue. Got the blue on these pieces. Okay. We said gold next. What's going on, Blue? Are you saying huh too? Is that to me? Because I was saying I was done painting blue. This gold paint is a lot thicker, so hopefully it doesn't mess up as much. Oh, no, I'm just talking about the color. Yeah, sorry, my dark turquoise is what I should be saying. I could make like these little roof caps gold, which would be very Egyptian. I get other things here. Hold on. Please use X codes in the future. All right. There is no color blue. Even with the gold paint, it's acting hydrophobic, so we'll come back and get a second coat on the gold. Just be part of the process. Issues with buy and sell one of the houses. Oh, that's too bad. That's true. Yeah, I don't want to summon Spilled Paint Pot if we don't have to. At least not in that manner. Miss that guy, but I think he's just busy. Got real life going on. Okay. Nice simple gold. Get this piece, and this piece is literally just ruins, but we're gonna get these little like dome pieces. These little pieces are just anchors for the top pieces, so we don't have to worry about those being painted. All of that will be covered. I think the two things that are going to make this look really good are the rubble pieces being painted and then the weathering powder. Like, those will be the stages where it's all like, oh yeah, like this is a cool looking piece of terrain. Do anything to remove the print lines? No, I just I filled them. It was a texture paint that I used on the print lines. You can still see them if you look close enough. But for the most part, they filled in with the primer and the texture spray that I used. Which was part of my goal with using a textured spray paint, was to hopefully fill in some of the print lines. But you can see on the ruins, you can kind of see the lines in here where there's like really soft angles. Or like down here you can see the print lines. But this is also something I could cover up a lot easier. You know, we're not worrying about like smooth stone or anything. I also have very limited experience painting FDM prints, so if you guys have suggestions, if you have more experience with this, please let me know. And I'll take the advice I can get. A brush helps. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you. Couldn't see it on the stone on the ground. I could see it. Yeah, yeah. Zen did a really good job with this print. So I know it wasn't exactly like it wasn't a fast print to begin with. I know he was trying to print it quicker, get it done quicker, but it still turned out really well. Okay, we have those gold caps right there. Let's grab some other pieces and see what other gold we can do here. I'm excited to throw some colors on this. Rubble pieces. So this is one of the upper pyramid parts. You can see this one's wrecked. There's another one that's not quite as wrecked here. This is the baby rattle. Stone technique to smooth them out. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with melting this stuff after Zen spent like 48 hours straight printing all this. Not gonna do that. Yeah, you can see layer lines on like right here, but this is also not covered with much texture paint because this is like an inside piece. But then when you go out here, like that texture paint almost completely covered the layer lines. It definitely did its job. Hey, Mydro, what's going on? How are you doing today? And guys, if you are interested, and you maybe play Heresy, you're interested to playing Heresy and Thousand Suns, maybe strike your fancy, I did post a YouTube video starting a series I'm just kind of doing for fun. I just want to get some thoughts out there and talk to somebody about these things. So I started a series. I made a video about like an intro to Thousand Suns Legion. It's on YouTube. It's about a half-hour listen. It's very much like a PowerPoint kind of thing, but if you're just listening, you want to listen, like you listen to podcasts in your commute or something, and that's something you want to you care to listen to, that is up. So yeah, and I have 20 to 30 videos planned, and if I can get them out in good time, and my goal is once a week to have a video out. But it was a good video. Thank you, Mydrall. I appreciate it. And also any helpful feedback or anything is welcome. But yeah, so that's available. That's a thing. If you watch the end of the video, it tells you what the next video will be about. So a little bit of suspense. I also very clearly outline what I am and am not doing with those videos. So if you guys are looking for like rage bait videos that are just there to complain and like make people upset, not doing that. All right. So I literally put a section in there like what the series is about and what it's not about, because I don't want people getting the wrong impression, and I also I don't like doing clickbait. So I'm not going to be doing clickbait things. This is very much, it is what it says it is on the surface. You know, I might talk about like miniature releases and news and everything, but otherwise, yeah, I'll tell you how it's dead and the rules are really bad because I can't find a rule in the rule book. That's what I'll do. Everyone should stop playing. You know, I have seen a lot of these the YouTube channels that were complaining really hard about the rules and about how it's dead in the water, this whole game's gonna be terrible. Most of those channels at this point are like, man, 3.0 is way better than 2.0. It's super fun, and these rules are really well written and everything. So yeah, they ruined the game because it wasn't the exact way I wanted. Yeah. But no, if that's something that you're interested in, you just want to listen. That's what I got. I'm just, and you know, you're not required to actually look at the video. So again, it's a very much like a listener friendly thing if you're like hobbying or driving or something. Please do not stare at your phone while you're driving. Those 2 weeks the views were great. Yeah, oh yeah, I bet. Yeah. Play the game before playing it, then actually enjoying it once you do. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Isn't it, Blue? Yeah. Warhammer fans never do that, yeah. It's funny. You know, like, I just want to do like a big, I want to put out like a big, like, I told you so to people, but I don't, I'll just do that in stream, you know? I don't care enough to do that, and, make a YouTube video about that. Take that, haters. People enjoy a game. That's what you get. Okay. Man, is it time to mess around? So, all right. I have a thought, and I need your guys' opinions here. Where's my inks? There are my inks. Let's see. We have this raw sienna is a good ink. Those same people, yeah. Imagine hating a movie. You haven't seen it, like Cultured American. Testing, is this thing still on? Nightwing, what's going on? It is still on. How you doing? How are you doing? We have that. Where's our other color? We got some brown, some raw umber. We got raw sienna and raw umber inks. We're gonna give these a good shake. Come on, pigment. The lid. on that. It's raw, yeah. So, two things I want to accomplish making my own wash here. The first thing is all these rubble pieces. I want them to look different. I want them to look maybe like a sandstone. And I'm thinking, do I paint them khaki first and then put the wash? Or do I just try to do that with a wash? And, you know, like there's only a couple pieces on that specific piece of terrain. But, you know, we come into this piece of terrain and it's the whole corner of the terrain. So like washes might be a little easier to do this, and maybe we start like a little darker and we could dry brush it or something like that. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to accomplish is all of these like areas in between here, that's like on the stone. I wouldn't mind that actually coming out and being like a different tone, like actually shading in the stone.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home.
Hey, Mythical Sky Wizard, thank you for the follow. Yeah, test one. Yeah, that's a good idea. So let's just try to test this. I'll test it on a couple pieces here, and you know what? I could actually, the best piece to test it on is this little one. This little tiny corner here. That's just all ruins. So this whole piece will be painted. So we'll test some things on here. How are you doing, Mythical Sky Wizard? Okay, so 10 drops of raw sienna. I think I want to use a little bit of this glaze and wash medium. It's really thick, but we're going to thin it down with some flow improver too. The name of champions. Yeah, Mythical Sky Wizard. Yeah. Need a sponge. What volume effects you'd get? Yeah, you think like a makeup sponge or something? We'll do 2 drops of glaze and wash, and then we'll do flow improver. You're at work? Nice. What kind of hobbies you into? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, one part. We're just doing raw sienna, which is our light kind of sepia wash. There's our raw sienna. We're gonna get a big brush and we're gonna just try this out. So it's, say, 5 parts raw sienna, 5 parts flow improver, and 1 part glaze and wash medium. Let's see. It's very yellow. Test it on my hand first. Yeah, that's a very like orange color. And just to see. That's too orange. I can already tell it's going to be too orange. So we need to thin it down, but also we're going to add 2 drops of this raw umber. Yeah, it works. It works. It looks gold. Yeah. Going back to smoothing out FDM prints. Oh, nice. 1, 2 drops of that brown, and we're going to thin this down more with flow improver. So let's do another 5 drops. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. So it's 10 drops flow improver, 5 drops raw sienna, 1 drop glaze and wash, 1 drop raw umber. Okay, this definitely has a lot more brown. I'm glad I kept it light on the raw umber, because yeah. Let's see. No one cooks umber well. Yeah, it's either raw or burnt. You know, I like that a lot better. It looks gold here. It's definitely more of like a brownish orange. I think the colors are just a little off. Digital sculpting and 3D printing while learning how to paint. Oh, sweet. Okay. What kind of stuff do you 3D print? Anything in particular? I'm painting 3D prints right now. Yeah, and you see what this is doing, and this is kind of nice. This is giving us the khaki color. You mean to dab it off while it's wet? Ooh, okay, okay. Well, let's see. Something like that. All right, let's keep it going. I kind of like this tone. And I think what I can do with this tone here, is I can paint this on, and then I think I can come back. And I think I can give it a little bit more of a, like a deeper wash. Maybe not. Yeah, a lot comes off there. That's fair. Let's see. Nothing else. This is giving me a starting color that I want. And what I can actually do real quick, give me 1 second. I can grab some makeup sponges. It's the camera. What color is the texture paint? Yeah. We just did. Just muted it out a little bit. Just up and around the corners. What I can end up doing is I can go over this stone. We can do maybe more of a wash in here. But we get a bit of a stone color. And let's see. Yeah, the camera color is a little off. Yep. I will say that's a thing. Hold on. This goes over here. Goes like that. So then we try to continue that. Let's just try it. Let's try it and see. We don't need a thick layer because the thick layer is going to look yellow. We want it to become more of an ochre color. And we'll change it up. Worst case, Zen prints. Yeah, worst case, I'll just repaint it, right? Like, it's not. Yeah, I'm not making Zen print another one of these. Yeah, the texture paint is it's like a very light sandstone. So it's like a slightly warm, bright gray. Skit. work our way down, I think is what we do. But then what I can come back and do after we get this down is we'll take this cup sponge and just get around some of the blocks themselves. Pull up a little bit of that. Get some immediate highlights in there. This all is definitely going to have my sand weathering powder on it and everything. Send it to me and have Zen print new ones. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that. I have no idea what that means, Zen. I've never played that game. You know I haven't, that's why you said that. Difference between a figurine and a miniature? I don't think there really is a difference. I think it's just a different word people use. Figurine maybe has a different connotation. Miniature, like miniature, I typically see like, I get the idea of like more gameplay piece, and figurine seems more like I don't know, sitting in grandma's cabinet kind of thing. But that's maybe just kind of more of a personal view of how it sounds. This is the big piece, so we're a little low, but we know our ratio. What did we say? 10 parts thinner, 10 parts flow improver, 5 parts raw sienna, 1 part raw umber, 1 part glaze and wash medium. That's what we got. Let's get this. Yep, that's right, Cultured American. Yeah, you're exactly right. I gotta say these things out loud so I can remember them, okay? Let me have my weird ratios of paint. Let me have this. This is actually a really good color. Came out of this. But for the time being, let's take this across the top here. Okay. Sweet. Let's work with that. Let's see how we did on our ratios here. All right. Looks good. That looks really good. What pens you can use to write things down? They do. They do. But you know what I'm doing right now? I am recording a video. So I'm going to take that opportunity to say things that will be remembered forever. Or at least be on the internet forever. Look good. Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it. Make up some more wash here. So let's do it. The right stationery, it's a bit life-changing. All right. Why did I do the details before applying the wash? Because if I want to do a wash over all the stone, I want it to be over the over those details as well. So. Big ratio again. You guys know pin pals? I have to ask my son. 1, 2. All right. New 20 drops of flow improver. I'm going to have to order new flow improver soon. Got our mix. Isn't that what Discord is now? Discord is pin pals, pretty much. Yeah. All mixed up. Details. No. Alright, that piece is good. Let's get this next one. So my Discord interactions with people I met IRL first. Dang, alright, I feel honored, Dundersnuff. I have a couple groups I'm in where I know a good portion of the people, but for the most part, Yeah, it's more. I'm more like groups of interest. It's got some fibers I need to pick off. Quick. You're already out. It's just a print line. That's it for the torn out chunks there. This is a big piece here. It's got a bunch. Yes, this is Burning Prospero. Yep. I'm going to do like an actual Battlefield Prospero. So that's what I got. The actual STLs you guys can look up. They're by a creator called Sacris Mundus. And it's basically just spelled like it sounds. But they make STLs for terrain. So big chunky STLs. And this one is the Crotone in Flames. Crotone with a K in Flames. That's the name of this piece, or this set that Zendral has been printing for me. So this is the big pyramid piece. It's like a Monty Python joke. It probably is. I mean, it very well could be. But I mean, anybody who 3D prints Warhammer stuff, they understand the naming conventions. You got to be legally distinct, or else they come for you. The black helicopters from GW. Okay. Next piece. Mini Sun, Silver Wardens, yeah. Yep. Space Furries. All the classics. Alright, next piece. This piece. A little smaller with its so maybe a slightly smaller brush, or at least a more controlled brush. That actually is
Look at me!
just wiping it up afterwards. Something labeled Big Red Disaster Nerd. That's funny. Misfit and finished. Ooh, okay. Finish something up. All right. One moment. I'll take a look. Get this piece and get a little bit of cleanup here. A large brush. Else wrecked on there, so let's take a look. What you got, man? What you got? Misfit and finished. Oh, the command squads. Man, that purple is so vibrant. Yeah, great job on the banner transfer, too. Yeah. Good stuff. Oh, man. I love how vibrant these colors are. Like, that blue is insane. Is that Pro Acryl? Blue with like sky blue highlights? Is that what that is? It looks really bright. I think that's what you got there. I could be crazy, but that looks too vibrant for any GW color. Blue with sky blue. Got it. Yeah, still got it. Oh, the helmets look so good on those World Leaders. The Sword and Board mini is fantastic. Man, just great stuff. Wow. Nice work, Misfit. Nice work. Oh, Wandering Pict painted some Thousand Suns. There we go. I love the Vexilla Wandering Pict. The homage to 40k rubrics with the blue and yellow, I think, is fantastic. I think that's a great choice. Yeah, great looking stuff, guys.
First of all, let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me
Hey,
back
Modi
into your
Studio,
home.
welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well. We're painting some big pieces of terrain right now. Are you in the hobby Modi Studio? What you up to? I think this is the last piece for this color, guys. I think otherwise I got everything else. And I'll show you guys. Zen printed the second piece for this terrain. This is all the same piece of terrain that I've been painting today, but I got the second piece in. So we'll start that. I think I'm going to wait because this is the biggest piece I'll have. So I think I'm going to wait until I get some more of the smaller pieces, and I'll paint all of them at once. Miniature Painter would also make Modi Studio, which is a paint storage system. Whoa, that's cool. All right. I am not familiar with your paint storage system. You want to tell us about it? I'll have a listen. Or if you got a link, if you want to share a link, by all means. That'd be great. It might be easier than explaining it. This one doesn't have a ton of ruined pieces. This one's pretty simple. All right, let's get another sponge out. I'm going through makeup sponges pretty quick. It's pretty new. Okay, okay. Oh, cool. Okay. Like an adaptable paint storage system. Let's see, the ones with the drawers are really cool. Got here for droppers. Very cool stuff. Yeah, very nice looking. Yeah. Yeah, and they all just clip together. Is that how they work? Okay. Stones will get. Slot together. Choose whichever bits you want. Nice. Okay. That's really cool. Thanks for sharing, guys. Guys, you wanna go see Modi Studios. Or Modi Studio, sorry, Modi Studio. With their paint storage. Fuchsia Blue and Whips. Okay. Blue's got his towel. Wait, you were painting towel last night? Is that what you're doing on stream? That's a crazy color scheme. You know what, Blue? I have a miniature that has a remarkably similar color scheme. It's a Star Wars mini. And I will have to get it out sometime and I'll show you. I painted it on stream. It was one of the first minis I painted on stream, actually. And yeah, I painted that on stream. And I let chat, like the three people I had in chat, kind of vote for what colors, and they chose purple with like khaki cloth and like gray weapons and stuff. Yeah, use it for Kill Team. Hey, that's cool. That's really cool. Nicely done. Okay. We got all these pieces. We did all of it. All right, so we have these colors here. Now, what I need to do next is I think just put a little wash on all this gold. Do I put a wash on the gold straight up, or do I go through with a really diluted raw sienna kind of color and try to go through some of this? Or do I keep this terrain without the wash? How much money is left? The big stompy tank you're trying to go for? We are, for the tank, the painting cabal, we're at 23.5%. So we're at about $50 in toward it, is all. But if you want to get your mini on name on a Thousand Suns mini, you can join the painting cabal. It's bits. I just asked for bit donations, or just a straight up donation. But it's 100 bits to get your name on or a dollar to get your name on a basic tactical marine that I'll play. I play games with these minis and everything too, so it does get used. Or 500 bits or $5, you get on the in an elite squad. And 1,000 bits or $10, you can name one of my tanks. Can ship to the US. Nice. Okay. Very nice. Get that piece off of there. What do we want to? Actually, hold on. Something out here. Just that up. All right. Yeah, the Robocolor turned out really well. So some inks and some thinners. And really debating where I want to go with this next. I think I'm just going to do a wash on some of the golds first. I'm just going to keep it simple. Yep, keep it simple, stupid. Loving the terrain. Thanks, Wandering Picked. I appreciate it. Just doing brown wash here. Did anybody watch the 3rd episode of Space King? I thought it was really funny, especially the opening bit that I feel like is so relevant to my streaming experience whenever someone brings up female custodies or space marines. Yeah. And an Imaginator. Imagineers, I'm pretty sure, are the Disney thing. Imaginators are the Space King one. The first commercial. Yeah, it was so good. The 3rd episode, though, they all just they drop everything they're doing because of the heresy of someone creating a female space marine. Everybody goes to the planet to destroy them. This wash I'm using is just Army Painter Strong Tone. The cheap brown wash. What we got. And I do like Army Painter Strong Tone, so it's good wash. Does its job, and it's cheap. Gold here. Can you make a YouTube video what's a recap of a game you've won, but done in the style of a children's book for bedtime? That... I'm almost mad, Dundersnuff, of how great of an idea that is. That's an incredible idea. Like, legitimately an amazing idea of just like telling like a children's book about how my 1,000 sons slaughtered the loyalist scum. Okay. My only drawback with that is I can't write. Like, I couldn't come up with a good story for that. Per pentameter. It's got a rhyme, guys. Got a rhyme, and yeah, just literal poetry that I need to write for this. Apparently, yeah, okay. Just like show the pictures and then just have a written story too. I mean, that sounds amazing. Even just doing like lore stories, just like straight up lore of like famous battles or fights between characters, like all these things, but doing it in the form of like a children's book. That'd be awesome. Misfit, what's going on, dude? Thank you so much, Misfit. Hold on. Misfit 23 joining the painting cabal. Misfit, would you like to be a member of the Sekhmet Terminators? I believe I have 2 left. Or I have Lightning Claw Terminators. Or I have Kinatai Blades. It is up to you. Who you want? What squad you want to be in? Yeah. Those are the ones I have. Just use short sentences and demonstrative pictures. Yeah. The Sekhmet. Okay. Misfit. Another member of the Sekhmet. All right, sweet. I will get your name on a base soon, and thank you for contributing to the painting cabal, the selfish fund of the painting dad to get himself a Fellblade. So, what's the fuss, Mr. Russ? Oh god, that's so good. That's so good for a title. Oh man, and just make it a sad story about how Lehman Russ is lame. That's incredible. Color out of there. Okay. Oh, I don't know what to do next. Like, where do I go from here on these pieces? I think the next thing I do is apply like a more targeted wash. Maybe get something down toward the ground. Even if that's thinning out this brown wash or something. Just trying to somewhere with that. Could not stand the burning sun. Could not beat the 1,000 sun. That's amazing. I think it would be, but then it isn't. Okay. Yeah, I've seen people on like, it's like Instagram or something where they make very adult children's books. And they like read it out like a children's book, but then it's just like straight smut pretty much. Okay, well, we'll have to think about that. Tell you bedtime stories. Yeah, cultured American. Yeah, it's a thing. There's a genre for everything. All right. Let's see. How do we do this? 4 drops there. We're gonna do a nice Nuln Oil. Yeah. I think a Nuln Oil would be really good as like a pin wash in here, and maybe we'll do that. Let's try that in a little bit. Let's try a Nuln Oil. But first, we're gonna really thin down some of this brown ink. Cultured American, I guess, yeah. Okay, let's see how much this raw umber does as a wash. Let's see. Yeah, it's slightly darker. I think that's what we want. We'll get our, how about we get our test piece out first. And we'll start it toward the ground here. Had a bit of different tone in there. Yeah. No, Crucial Blue, I think you might be right. It's I think one of my brothers has that for his kids. Probably the only bedtime story he reads them. I don't know.
Oaks.
Nice. Thanks, Blue. Thank you for the orcs. See if I search Noctia other things. Yeah, I don't know who writes all those crazy books, but they like there'll be like people that read them on and like show them on like reels and stuff. Hey, solid. Thanks, man. Thanks for the beats. It's Brad Gross. Is that who it is? Okay, or Gross, or however you pronounce that. Res leaf left on this first piece. Nice. Okay, so it's going, and you're okay. Doing wavy lines on the inside. Okay, dude. What's all these bits? What are you doing? Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Appreciate the bits. Are you just like getting me toward the goal? Is that what you're doing? Just like slowly shifting the needle there? I see your game. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, guys. You want your name on a mini. You can kind of let me work toward that goal. Just some bits.
It's cold.
Oh, a drink of water would be great, though.
Now that's what I call high quality H2O.
I'll get a drink in just a second. Let me just get this thing while the paint is still workable. This is a lot less yellow. We get a legitimate kind of shade in here. A little bit of a second tone. This pink. It's all over. All right, let's get drinking the stretch. All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah, don't let Zen undersell it. I mean, he did click a button and it started printing, but also, you know, he bought the machine, he set up the machine. He's been upgrading his machine. He's been printing parts for his machine. He's been doing the things that he has to do. But it's a lot of effort into it. And, you know, being the good friend that he is, you know, I'm buying filament, he's printing it. And 3D printer filament is fairly cheap. So... anything that's not like a block, I'm just trying to put this like second slightly darker tone on here. Just add a little more variety in here. Let's get this piece. Rangy, checking out the prints necrotically? Not, yeah, definitely not necrotically, I don't think, but neurotically, yeah. Yeah, he's like texting me all hours of the night. Right, 3 hours and 57 minutes left. It's 5:30 a.m. I've been up all night watching it. Yeah, it just pops them off the printer. Okay, just a couple little here. Now, I don't know how well this is going to work with the filament, but we're going to try this. This is definitely something worth trying. Whichever way to connect to a camera. Yep. Yeah, newer printer for the win. Just comes with one. Okay. Here's what we do next. I think what I do is I take some of this brown wash here because it's cheap. Also realize I have 2 open bottles of this. Okay, not really an open bottle, it's about an empty bottle. We'll toss that. This might be something. Putting that brown in there. The inks are really good to make your own washes because they're really concentrated. Right. And they're cheaper than even Army Painter stuff. Right. Now we test it. Let's see, what is a good piece to test this on? We'll test it on this piece. Okay, so it's not really flowing. Which is unfortunate. Yeah, it kind of soaks down into it. There's a lot of gaps in between these, so it just kind of flows. So what needs to happen then, if I want this to work, is I need to get out where are you? There we go. Let's get down some. Yeah, and even if it were the panel liner, because you can see the actual like filament strands, the wash itself would just like soaked right down into them. Okay, we're gonna take the same mix. I'm gonna put, let's do 1, 2, 3, let's do 4 drops of black ink. Let's see if that does what we want it to. So I'm hoping before it goes down, it stains. Such a nice wash, though. Yeah, do you guys see how that... it just soaks down in there? So I'm essentially just painting this wash in. Does me ask how I'm feeling? A follow-up ask if I want to see a snake election. What? Who is this lady? Someone that cares. Zen sure looks like a guy who wants to see a snake election. Okay, now the part where this really matters is on these pieces. Sure enough, works pretty well. Oh, I completely misread snake election. I don't know. Because I can't read. I'm here to paint, not to read, guys. If you think you're getting anything else, you are sorely mistaken. Also, snake skeleton is funny. Snakes have become sentient. Yeah, it's like the Rick and Morty episode, right? They go to the snake world. Paint there. Some of that up we can. Alright, picked. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing better tomorrow. Get some good sleep tonight. Okay, so that piece has kind of its panel lines on here, and I think it looks pretty good. Some of it is maybe a little uneven, but I don't mind. I think it adds some depth to everything, and I think a dry brush over this, like a white dry brush, is going to look really good. What we do have to do, though, I feel like I need to get some of these pieces. Straight to democracy, yeah. Yep. Yeah, Zen's exactly right. Physically I'm on stream, but I'm not here mentally. Estrello, I will let you know that 3D printing is, so FDM printing, once you get set up, it's very much plug and play. Like you just run the items from your phone pretty much, and you're good to go. Resin printing is much different and can be very frustrating. There's a lot that goes into post-processing with resin printing, and you deal a lot with like toxic chemicals and stuff. So there's that with the resin printing. It is not nearly as user-friendly as FDM printing is. Okay. Line on there, that's nice. The wash is still drying. However, being able to print minis, just have them there is really nice. Okay, this little wash on there. We'll get this big piece. The stairs are what's going to take a long time. Everything else will be pretty quick. I think I'm going to try to finish this today, and then we're going to call a streamer, find someone to raid. But I think tomorrow I might continue on this, and I think we're going to try to get some more details going. I think I'm going to try get a dry brush of white over everything, so we'll make sure get some nice, like, real nice highlights on all of it, and we'll try to just get some of these other details in here. Since I made up this wash, I want to use it before I stop. So I mess everything up here. Alcohol's grenade. Jeez, Thunder Snow. Yeah. I understand Astro, not one to be beholden to friends printing you stuff, but this piece. All the chemicals out of the water, so I'm a little scared to drink it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man. It's a great feeling as an American being scared to drink the tap water. The lead's there for flavor. Getting our various shades on here. Okay. These pieces, so all of that, so now we just have the complicated ones here. How long you stream today? I don't know until I finish this color. I didn't realize what time it was until it was like 10 after 2. But I was already in the middle of this color, so I'm just going to do it. Because I have a whole, like, pip full of this stuff. Like palette well. I don't want it to go to waste. A lot of it's going to go to waste, but I can use some of it. It's like final dry brush should clean up a lot of this like wide lines here. Now this thing would be interesting because I don't know if I necessarily want to fill in the wash in between each of those pillars. I don't think I do. Dry brush will suffice. My weekly game. Most biggest podcast of oh dang, okay. Oh, good luck, dude. Good luck. This is a different guy than you played last time? I remember you played a podcast host before. Hey guys, if you wouldn't mind going and checking out the YouTube video that I posted after stream or sometime today. I don't plan on, like, you know, doing the clickbait or doing a bunch of stuff. Like I said, it's just a fun thing. But every time you give it a view or you give it a like or something, it helps the little algorithm thing and gets it out there. They have a thing on YouTube called hyping. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but you can, like, hype a video. And I have no idea what the function is, but I remember I hyped a video because I was just curious what the thing was, and it, like, thanked me for hyping the video, and it's like, yeah, 10 other people hyped the video. Test you while working, yeah. I just stopped eating lunch altogether, so who needs lunch? Yeah, that one. Thanks, guys. Thanks. I'm just talking Thousand Suns for Horus Heresy, and again, it's just a basic overview. And if you have, like, recommendations, I've already gotten a few, like, bits of feedback, some constructive things from people, so that was helpful, and I know how to, like, kind of change it up and improve it next time. But I also, like, straight up just taught myself how to use Google Slides, which is pretty easy to use, but how to use that for the video. Stairs take forever. Have a whole other set of stairs to do. Worth it. I'm telling myself. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. Yeah, just this little, like, depth into this, though, which is what I need. I need to add some like depth and shading in here. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a big brush, dry brush over all this stone. We're going to dry brush some white, give it a nice highlight. I also don't think the other pieces of terrain in this set are quite as involved. They're all a lot smaller, but a lot of them are just straight up like a wall that was knocked over kind of thing. I need to get around this one spot here. Let's get inside this step Okay. Got that. All right, got one more piece. Let's do the stairs first. So Zen, when are you gonna start painting your Marines you got? Tonight? Nice. Alright, sweet. Real catch y'all. Alright, Dundersnuff, have a good one. Have a good one. Prime base code 30. You can do it. You can do it. I mean, you can just paint them a few at a time, though, right? And you did... You just did the one terror squad? Is that right? Or did you do 2 terror squads? You just did 1, right? Two terror squads, 1 tactical squad. Okay. Everybody's sick right now. Hope all those who aren't feeling well feel better soon, and I hope everyone who's healthy stays healthy. Almost done with these stairs. Then we get around the outline, and then we'll call that for the stream for the day. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm sure if I coated this with a couple layers of gloss varnish, I could get this to flow really well. Seal everything off, but not gonna happen. "16 bolter, 6 flamer, 3 chainsword, 3 chain glaive." Okay. So the package PO box for the week is over. Yeah, awesome, Estrella. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hopefully, it's pretty easy. Everything's all simple. I know my post office on my end is a really good post office, so I really like the post office I work out of. It is a small, like, one-room post office. There are 2 employees that work there. There's like the postmaster and then like one guy that's been working there for like 40 years. And it is surrounded on 3 sides by a cattle farm. They're just cows that hang out next to the building. Pretty great. I drive out there and everybody's super friendly and everything, so always really good. For a while, I would go in and they would just hand me my packages or my keys out of my P.O. box to like grab packages. And so I almost forgot my password to my P.O. box, like my combination. Grew up in and around Chicago my entire life. First time I saw a one-room post office, I was shocked. I mean, I kind of was too. It's the smallest post office I've ever seen. Tiny little building. Like, you know, they're doing a service they're not needed, but it's crazy to see that. You. Let's get some of these other pieces here. I realize with that texture spray, you got to be real careful. You gotta be real, careful how much you spray because it's easy to overdo. And then just ruin all your detail. Okay, let's compare that. Yeah, looks like I got everything. Ooh, cool. So we have that little black kind of pin wash on there on everything. Layer lines are nice. Yeah, they kind of they work fine with it, right? It's one place you can ship stuff affordably. I agree, Estrello. Yeah, and it helps to have really good post office. Like I know my parents' post office where they are is they're terrible. Like they'll sit on packages for weeks before they ship them out and everything. And I am very fortunate to not have that experience. I know you work with people and you get different experiences, but yeah, I appreciate the post office. Your local one's horrendous. Yeah. All right, guys, let's find someone to raid. And Misfit, I'm gonna get your name on a Sekhmet Terminator this afternoon. And we can raid. Let's raid Epic Duck. We have not raided Epic Duck quite a long time. He's doing some like 3D modeling or something. What is he doing? Sculpting Blood Bowl ducks. Okay, that makes sense for a dude called Epic Duck. Let's go say hi. Alright guys, you have a wonderful day. I will see you all tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern, and we'll be painting more. Probably working on the terrain some more if I don't get like the itch to just finish it tonight. But I will see you all tomorrow. It's okay, Rage. It's okay. Go watch the YouTube video I posted. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Bye, YouTube.